In the early 18th century, Britain stood at a crossroads, a kingdom in need of stability, yet wary of tyranny. Out of this tension emerged a new dynasty, the House of Hanover. Their claim to the throne came not through conquest, but through law. The Act of Settlement in 1701 ensured that only a Protestant could inherit the crown. When Queen Anne died in 1714, the crown passed to George, Elector of Hanover, great-grandson of James I, and so began the Hanoverian dynasty. George I, ruling from 1714 to 1727, was Britain's first Hanoverian monarch. He spoke little English, spent much of his time in Hanover, and was seen by many as a foreigner placed on the throne by Parliament. His reign was tested almost immediately by the Jacobite rising of 1715, an attempt to restore the exiled Stuarts. Though the rebellion failed, it showed the fragile nature of his crown. Yet George's reign saw something vital, the monarchy stepping back, while Parliament, and the office of Prime Minister under Robert Walpole, rose in importance. George II, ruling from 1727 to 1760, was the last British king to lead his army in person, at the Battle of Dettingen in 1743. His reign saw wars across Europe and the Jacobite Rising of 1745, when Bonnie Prince Charlie marched deep into England before being defeated at Culloden. London flourished as a cultural hub, with Handel composing music for the royal court. By the end of George II's reign, the monarchy's role in politics had diminished further, power flowing firmly into Parliament. George III, ruling from 1760 to 1820, was the first Hanoverian born in Britain. Proudly calling himself a Briton, his reign lasted 60 years, one of triumph, but also tragedy. Britain lost her American colonies after the Revolutionary War, yet expanded her influence in India and beyond. Known as Farmer George for his plain habits and interest in agriculture, he earned respect for his sense of duty. But recurring bouts of mental illness clouded his later years. His son ruled as Prince Regent, marking the start of a new era. George IV, king from 1820 to 1830, was flamboyant and extravagant. As Prince Regent, and later as king, he transformed London with projects like Regent Street and the Royal Pavilion at Brighton. But his lavish spending and turbulent private life earned him little respect. His reign mirrored a Britain of contrasts, grandeur and excess on one side, reform and hardship on the other. William IV, ruling from 1830 to 1837, was nicknamed the Sailor King. Modest and approachable, he presided over the passing of the Great Reform Act of 1832. This act expanded the vote, reshaped Parliament, and marked the first steps toward modern democracy. His reign was short, only 7 years, but it prepared the way for his young niece, Victoria. Queen Victoria reigned from 1837 to 1901. Her rule of over 60 years gave its name to an entire age. Under Victoria, Britain became the greatest power on earth, its empire vast, its industry booming. She projected an image of moral duty and family virtue alongside her husband Prince Albert. His early death left her in mourning, but her reign endured, shaping the monarchy into the symbolic institution we recognise today. With her death in 1901, the Hanoverian dynasty in Britain came to an end. The crown passed to her son, Edward VII, of the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, later renamed Windsor. From foreign beginnings to the heart of British identity, the Hanoverians ruled for nearly 2 centuries. They endured rebellions, wars, revolutions, and reform. And under them, Britain was transformed into a global empire. With a monarchy that reigned not by command but by consent, their legacy lives on in the modern crown itself,